Yes, now after the after wasting 2 weeks, we are meeting again, and hopefully we will we will have our session today without any obstruction. Let us, what the at present. Let's say right from today, according to the Indian calendar, not the English calendar, but the Indian calendar. Today is the first day of the month called Shravan. Shravan is the name of that month. This is very auspicious month in the sense that there are so many festivals during this month. One thing that the weather in this particular month is very pleasant. There is rain. There are light showers of rain mixed with sunlight, and it's a very pleasant atmosphere everywhere, pleasant climate everywhere. And during this month, there are several festivals, as I said. But then besides that, the Indian people do not take any non-veg. The non-veg is barred for this month, the entire month. We don't take any non-veg. On other days, we may take those who are used to non-veg there, they can take. But during this month, particular month, of course, this also depends upon everybody's set of mind or everybody's understanding. Some people do not observe it, some people observe it, but mostly the people observe that during this month, they don't take any non-veg food. Besides that, they observe fast on Saturdays and Mondays. Saturdays and Mondays, they observe fast. Now, this observing fast is special for this month, particular month of Shravan. There may be some sort of some scientific reason or some mythological cause for that. But then what it is like this, that they observe fast on every Monday and Saturday. That fast is from morning till evening. During that fast, usually during the fast, nobody is supposed to eat or take any heavy food. But in the Indian society, it is just a mere change of the food. There are certain food items which are allowable during this fast. All the fruits are that are allowed to be taken for all the foods. Then all the juices, except the mutton and chicken soup, all the other things they can take. And that is what the fast is observed from morning till evening. Besides this, some of the people throughout the year, they have chosen some of the days for observing fast. There are various reasons for that. It depends on person to person. But then now, take for example, my eldest son, Prashant, he observes fast on Fridays. It is very unusual. People do not observe fast on Fridays or on Wednesdays. There are certain days on which they are not auspicious that way for observing fast. Generally, people throughout the year, some people are in a habit of observing fast on Mondays or Saturdays, or even on Tuesdays, on Thursdays, but not especially on Fridays. Now, what this boy is observing fast on Friday, the reason is a very, very appealing reason. What he says is, we had asked, why you are observing fast on Fridays? It's very unusual. People, nobody observe fast on Fridays. And how you are observing fast on Fridays? What he says is that Baba had dropped his body on Friday. So that is the day I am observing fast. And right from that time, the observance of this fast is continued up to this date. So this fasting is for various reasons. Once it so happened that in Guruprasad, it was a Thursday, and I do not know what was the occasion, but it was a holiday for all of us. So many of our members, my colleagues, Bhajan Mandali people, we had gathered at Guruprasad, and from morning till afternoon, around about 1 o'clock or so, 12:30 or 1 o'clock or so, we were enjoying Baba's closeness, sitting there. See, several things are going on, and everybody was in a mood of enjoyment in Baba's company. In the afternoon, it was a lunch time, and Baba told the people, now you can go for your lunch and return after you complete your lunch. That was the usual practice we used to follow. And one by one, the people left the compound of Guruprasad. Most of them had bicycles. Some people used to take food in the nearby hotel only. Some people used to go to, those who cannot afford going to hotel, they will go to their houses and have food there. So many of practically all the people went for food. And I kept on sitting there. Now look at the situation. Baba is sitting on his chair. Terach is assisting Baba in bringing something for Baba and all that. And I am sitting there all alone in front of Baba. It's at a distance, usual distance. And Baba was chewing that what we call this
pan.
What do you say?
Is it pan?
No, not pan, not pan.
No.
It's a food grain, some food that is there is some word I will remember it of food. He was chewing that. He was very usual food that Baba used to take. He was chewing and then throwing the what is not good to be swallowed, he will throw it like that. And he was doing that. Cornflakes. Some names. Popcorn. Sorry. Popcorn. He was chewing that popcorn and taking out that all which is not to be digested. It should be thrown in a supper pot. They kept, and he's looking at me very pointedly. Look at me to such an extent that I become a little bit uneasy. His look was uneasy. One way he's just one after the other, he's chewing that, and then he's looking at me. And then he asked me, why you're not gone for lunch? So I said that, Baba, I am observing fast today. It was Thursday. And for a long time, for quite many years, I used to observe fast on those Thursdays. It is very auspicious day for fasting. And I said that I am observing fast, and Baba laughed at me. Baba laughed at me and said, and just he else who were there by the time and said, why you are fasting? What is the cause of your fasting? What he meant is, what he meant was people, people are observing a fast with some object in their mind, with some achievement in their mind. They have some desire in their mind to be fulfilled. So why you are observing fast? I said, Baba, there is no reason. In fact, there is no specific reason for that, but it is just for one day, just could keep the stomach empty. That is the only reason I observe fast. And I used to observe fast. I never used to take any solid food. There are certain solid foods for fast also. But then I used to avoid that. I would observe fast only on either buttermilk or some light juice or tea, and at the most milk, little milk. But that is in a small quantity, not much, just to fill up your stomach, not to that extent. Now, when I told Baba that I'm observing fast, and Baba asked me why you're observing fast, and then I said that's just for the reason that I should keep my stomach empty on that particular day. And Baba made very pointed remark that time. It is a guideline for every one of us. Baba said, it is for the health reasons. It is all right. If it is for the health reason, it is all right. Otherwise, it has no meaning. That is what Baba said. If it is for health reason, it is all right. Otherwise, it has no meaning. Now, when I was thinking about that, like day animal just 3 days, I was just thinking about a subject that is to be talked about today. And it is also a subject matter of this particular month, when people observe fast on Mondays and Thursdays. And Baba says that fast should only for health reason, otherwise it has no meaning. And then the question arises as to Baba's Mandali is to observe fast several times. And that fast used to be for weeks and weeks. Some certain time the fast would be even without water. When the Satara accident took place, for that period, 24 hours fast, 24 hours fast, for that period, nobody was allowed to take even water. Wow. What about that? I think one may think that what about that? When it was Baba's Mandali, people used to observe fast for such a long period. And there are several such periods, several such occasions where they used to observe fast. The difference is that fast was given by Meher Baba. That makes the entire difference. That makes the difference. On my own, if I observe fast, it has no meaning. But if it is Baba's wish, or if it is given by Baba, if Baba has asked me or any one of us or all of us to observe fast on a particular day, it becomes altogether a different thing. Now, Baba specifically said that whatever the austerities or anything that we perform, we observe during our lifetime, if it is directed by the master, then only that carries importance. On your own, you may do anything. That doesn't help much. It may help a little bit, but it doesn't feel help much. In the same context, Baba has said that people in their private lives, in their worldly lives, they have some very good practices of observing some restrictions, food restrictions, and then doing meditation and reading some religious books, and then some charitable work. All that observance of all these things, however more noble may be the cause of it. Now, charity is the best cause. If you are doing some charitable work, in our center we have a charitable dispensary, homeopathic dispensary. But anywhere, if the charitable work is done, then that helps. But to some extent, what Baba said, that all these austerities that we are observing throughout life, they bring you to one result. And that is, you meet with a perfect master. That is the outcome of all these observances which one follows in his life. The sum total of all these achievement is that one comes in contact with a perfect master. And once you are in the contact with a perfect master, then what remains for doing is just to obey him. Obey him at all cost. His word what should I say, is a master word for all of us. Whatever he says, you have to carry out. If he says, if he tells us to do something unusual, if he tells it, we are required to observe it. We are required to behave like that. We have to be required to carry out that order. Now, this one example comes to my mind. I must have told it earlier also, but in this context, I'm just today repeating that, if at all it is being repeated. That one person in Pune, he was a businessman. He was a Brahmin by caste and high caste, supposedly high caste. Now, he had come to Baba. He was a nice young boy, very handsome boy, and he used to sing. And he was very, just a person, a devotional type of person. He used to spend much of time in the singing songs, some devotional songs, and then something of that sort, and observing fast. I must have been all these whatever activities are given in the day-to-day life. He was observing that, and once he came to Baba, he sang before Baba, and Baba was very happy about it. And then he asked that, "What, Baba? I have come here for your instructions. What I am for my progress, what I am supposed to do now." Now, a person is asking with the hope that Baba, he is already doing something. You see, it is sort of a belief that when we torture our body much for observing something, that gives us more, what you call punya, or this word does not come to me. See, good doings is good. It gives that benefit to you. One, if you are torturing the body much as you could, then it gives you more benefit. Virtuous act. And this person who is already undergoing that sort of a life, he asks Baba that I wish to do something more for my spiritual progress. And Baba asks him, if you really feel you're sincere, I'm telling you, now after here you go on some pilgrimage, and there after here, for now onwards, one thing you can take liquor, you can take non-veg food. You have to, not you can, not can, you have to take all liquor, you have to take non-veg food, you have even to go to prostitutes. All that sinful acts, supposedly sinful acts, Baba is asking to do. And that in answer to his request, in response to his request that Baba should tell him for further progress, Baba should tell him to do something, and which he is prepared to do. All the things that Baba said, he was really puzzled, and he was must be trembling. This is such a divine personality. He is telling me to do all these things. What is all this? And he point blank, he told Baba, this is not. I mean, I do not. I am not. I mean, just capable of doing all these things. I may not do all these things. You tell me something else. What he thought is that something religious Baba should tell him, something virtuous Baba should tell him. And he says that this is not possible for me. Even in my community, this is not allowed. And then Baba says, all right, but now since you do not see, you asked for it, I have asked you to do all these things. But now you are refusing to do it, then you go on pilgrimage. You may go to Himalayas or anywhere and earn your livelihood. I mean, take food or by begging food. And then after 1 year, you come back. The fun is that this man goes away and he has chosen his own life. He goes begging for food, contacting so many saintly personalities, rishis and munis, and then sitting in meditation and finances and all that. He has done everything, all this sort of type, and then comes back to Baba. And Baba asks him, how is your life now? The fun is that what Baba had asked him to do, he had refused to do. But then he has done everything. He has taken liquor, he has taken non-veg food, he had even gone to the extent of going to prostitutes, and everything that is supposed to be evil, he has done it. He had undergone all those practices. Now here, a question comes that whether he was mistaken in refusing to do when Baba tells him to do it. Baba was telling him to do all these things. but he refuses to do all these things because they are not religious. And in the course of his life, further life, for 1 year, he has done everything. He has undergone all those experiences. Had he done it that time, and Baba said this, if according to my instructions, if you have done it, then he would have been freed from all these bondages. But that time he refused to do it. In short, what I mean to say is that when it is ordered by the master, it is of utmost importance. In the worldly eyes, it may appear to be an act, not a virtuous act, but a sinful act. But then if it is suggested or it is told by perfect master or master, then you must do it, you must carry it out. That is the lesson one has to take, and that is the all these fasts. Those who were living with Baba, several times Baba has given fast. That fast certain times, and Baba is to fast himself. It's not that he is just telling the people to go on fast and keep fasting. First thing that he would do it himself and allow people to join in that. I was telling about that accident, a period before the accident, Satara accident. Baba had asked everybody to keep fast even without water, not taking water even. And when they went to Pune on the pretext of watching a cricket match, on the cricket ground, Baba had distributed one banana to each one. Baba had asked them to observe fast, and Baba is giving banana to eat. Both are according to Baba's wish. And then when they come back, facing that very serious accident, they are admitted to hospitals for administrating some of the medicines, tablets, and all that. They had to take water. And in that condition, in that wounded condition, Erich had broken his ribs. Pendu had become lame. Dr. Nilu gone. In that condition, since in the morning, Baba had asked them to observe fast, even without water. They went to Baba and asked Baba that doctors are insisting for taking some medicines, some tablets, some painkillers, maybe some, and for that matter, we have to take water. So whether you allow, and Baba is allowed to take that. All these are really beyond one's intellectual conception. So the main point of emphasis is that anything which is told by the master, it should be carried out. When again the word of a master, again the order of a master, all the other adverse things, they do not exist. What is true is that order, and that should be carried out. There was one incident when we were observing silence. It was 10th July, and right in Guruprasad, we were observing silence, and Baba is always silent. We are observing silence. Baba could communicate, but what about us? We are just sitting there, looking at Baba, and Baba had kept one person, that is Pindu, free for talking, because there may be an occasion when some people from outside comes inside, and then we are required to just talk with him. So for that matter, for emergency matter, Baba had allowed Pintu to speak, only one person. Otherwise, all the others were observing fast. We were just sitting there playing cards with us, and everything was there. But we are not talking. Baba is gesture. We are not able to do that also. And Baba has given challenge to Pendu that if you make any one of them, even utter a word, I will give you a full box of chocolates. And in the evening, when the time was getting out, Baba is asking Pendu, have you been successful in making these people speak a word? And Pendu very in a sad mood says that, no, Baba, all these are very hard nuts. And I have not been able to, make them speak even single word. And just to take him, just to allow him to take that prize of one box of chocolates, Baba asked a person from Mumbai, that is Jimmy Mistry. Jimmy Mistry was the father of the present chairman of the trust, Falu. He was father of Falu. Baba is asking Jimmy to speak a word. And he simply said, what should I speak? That is Su Bolu. That is in Gujarati, Shu Bolu. And Bal stopped him. Baba is not allowed to speak anything more, just one word. All these acts are according to the instructions from the master. And that is why it is said that if it is an order from the master, it carries meaning. Otherwise, it is meaningless. That is the lesson Baba told me. And it's so happened that after I left observing fast and all that, sometime I used to do, but then I left it then. Such certain people are there, they have their own sentiments. It's all right. To satisfy your own feeling about a particular day or particular incident, if you are observing, it's all right. But otherwise, do it as a routine. Baba has discouraged it. This is all. Abruptly, these thoughts come to my mind, and then I just put before all of you. I would like to ask whether you have any query about this, or we have any question about this, because after this, I'm going to sing one song for you with the meaning thereof. So before that, I would just ask whether you would like to ask anything about all these discussions we had today, all these discussions, whether you want any clarification from me.
Pratap,
Yes, please. Yes.
Did anyone ask Baba about his fasting? Because Baba fasted a lot. His was for universal work, but did he talk about that at all? Because he fasted a lot in his lifetime, really a lot. Did he speak of what work was done with his fasting? I mean, it has to be universal work.
I'm very sorry. I'm able to understand what you say.
Well, Meher Baba fasted much of his lifetime, long
Yes.
fast, yes. Did he ever speak about why all this fasting that he did? Because if we did it, if we didn't do it for a health, it would be no benefit, no spiritual benefit. So his must have had spiritual benefit, right? His fasting.
I'm very sorry. I'm not able to. There is some sort of a humming in the sound. Anyone is there? Prakash or anybody?
Rosalie is talking about Baba, Meher Baba fasting, his own fasting. Did he talk about that? Did he?
I talked about which portion you say?
Meher Baba's fasting him for himself. It was different. It was God fasting.
Baba doing fast himself. You're talking about that?
Yes. Did he speak about it?
No, that subject is beyond the scope of our understanding. It is beyond the scope of our interpretation.
Yeah.
We are not able to comment on that. But then why Baba was observing fast himself, it cannot be interpreted. It is beyond the scope of our understanding. But then certain acts of Meher Baba can be connected with the events in the world. Now take for example, some day before yesterday, I was talking to Bombay Center, and then there are certain, it was subject of must. God intoxicated people must. And whenever Baba was very hectically doing this much work, it had a direct connection with the world war. And many a times there have been symptoms or even the comments that Meher Baba made about this. Take for example, when one of the musts by name Chatti Baba, when he used to go out of his mood and then shout, and in the midnight he used to shout and throw it things like that, break things like that, and Baba had to pacify him. Baba had to keep him quiet, and Baba used to sit with him for about an hour or so, and only after he becomes calm and quiet, then Baba would return to his bed. This particular incident, Baba had joined with the France, because what Baba had said is that the connection of this must, Chatti Baba, is with France. And France was actually invaded by the Germans or the Italian, I think. So they have actually captured this France. And because of that, this man here, this Bux here, he was getting violent. And there are several such incidents. But for fast, I don't find any remark by Meher Baba. For other things, you can connect little bit. But I know, and otherwise, all the subjects which are concerning to Meher Baba, unless he gives some clue, we are not able to comment on that. Am I clear? And am I to the point?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
So we have limitation, always a limitation on the understanding.
I had a
Anyone, anyone else?
I had a thought. Am I heard? Hello?
Yes, we hear
Yes.
you. We hear you.
Well, that in the
You see,
in the case of the cricket match,
yes,
and everyone was under the order fast.
yes.
And
You see,
then Bob himself gives everyone at the match, he distributes a banana to each of the companions with him at the match.
now I tell you one
Think,
point which
Bob,
I have.
what do you think of that? That might have
One
been
point which I wanted to emphasize, one of point which I wanted to emphasize, just forgot about that. Now, take for example, recently there has been a query on this point for some people, by some young people. Now there is a lot of difference in the understanding of the old time people who have been in direct contact with Mir Baba or immediately after Baba's document, but they have come into Baba's close contact. The understanding of those people and understanding of the general people, young boys, there is a lot of difference in between that. And there has been a query recently that whether Baba had asked the people to continue to observe silence after his dropping body. That is the question was raised by somebody. Now, according to my understanding, and also this is confirmed, or rather to say supported by the opinion of Erich himself, that Baba, in the early days, there used to be silence for say 12 hours or of that sort, and at times Baba would ask people to observe fast. At certain times it will be silence. Certain times it will be only silence, not fast. Certain times people can observe both. That sort of a different, but then time duration used to be 12 hours or something like that. But then the last 3 years, 4 years, every year Baba used to issue a circular giving the instructions for the people to observe fast or option of fast or silence, either silence or fast. Those who cannot observe silence, silence is a prime. Those who cannot observe silence, they could observe fast. And smarter people like me used to observe both. Certain times we used to observe both the things, both fast and silence also. Anyway, in the last couple of years, Baba didn't give that option of fast. Baba has withdrawn that option of fast. It is only the silence which was to be observed on 10th of July. And that was for 24 hours, starting from 12 midnight of 9th, ending on 12th midnight of 10th. This is a duration of 24 hours, and it should be only silence only. No option of fast. This was the desire Baba had expressed through the circulars issued just before his dropping his body. According to our feeling, those instructions stand for rest of our life for us. Now, if some other people say that no, I don't agree with it. All right, don't agree. I have no authority to tell you to agree with me. It is what I understand. It is what I have also learned from the senior people like Erich. This is what I have gained from them. And if occasion comes, I tell the people, if the people are bent upon not to go by that understanding, it's all right for them to go their own way. I am not authorized to ask them to do a particular thing. But for me, I take it as a mandate that after Baba dropped his body, still then that instructions of Baba stand good for our further life. This is applicable to us and this is applicable to all. But those who do not want to abide by that, it is their choice. What we can do for them. The same thing is for Dhoni also. Dhoni, Baba is given instruction every month. Dhoni should be observed. Dhoni should be lit. And people raise questions. It is a tradition. It is this and it is that and it is a practice and all that. Then we forget that it has been being continued according to Baba's wish. Baba had said it specifically that every month should be lit. So this, without any study or without any understanding or without any making analysis or making sort of a study of all Baba's statements, we pass any remark and we feel that we are very smart. It is not good. Always when we have a problem, just take out some certain portion. There are lot of, I don't think that any such material is available in any other books for your day-to-day life guidance of day-to-day life. All the discourses and about speech and all these books are there. They are direct guidance for you to lead your life. You can refer to all these and decide yourself. But without that, without studying and without keeping open our mind open, we just keep on passing remarks, adverse this way or that way. I would request the people, don't do that. If at all you have a problem. And one thing that we don't have a business to impose our opinion on the other people. What the people expect, the young people, they expect that they are smarter than all the old time people. They should not think that way. I don't think I am criticizing. This is a sort of a guideline for me also. It's a guideline for us also. So this is what I had missed this point. I had thought of doing taking this. I had missed this point, especially for the silence. People raise their own doubts. For the Dhoni, people raise their own doubts. Not fair. So shall we?
Pratap, can I ask?
Should I take one song or shall we take Arati? What do you prefer? Sorry. You
Can I
said
ask-
something?
Can I ask one question? Can
Yes,
I
please.
ask? It's different subject. Last week you talked about Shariar, but there was disturbance. You talked about Baba's father, Shariar.
Yes,
And
Sharia.
we didn't hear because of disturbance. We had to cut the meeting short. I would love to hear more from you next time or later. If you would tell us more about Shariar. We didn't hear enough. So another meeting, I'm asking you if you would talk more about Shariar.
I had in fact decided to talk today only.
Yeah.
You will not believe, but really, I was taking notes for highlighting certain incidents of life of Sharia and Shirin also. You see, the whole thing, this combination of Shirin on one side and Sharia on the other side, it's a, what should I say, very, very significant combination of a divine will. And yes, and I had some beautiful points on that. In fact, I had taken out some information, some notes also for today's talk, but then abruptly this other subject came to my mind, and I just took up that subject. But then that subject is in my mind about Sharia ji. I would tell you one more thing, that when we are talking about Sharia ji's life was horrible. He has led a very horrible life, in fact. What if willpower that person had? But one thing wonders me, that at that age, a person feel like having oneness with God. This is something strange, I would say. But one more point which I would like to point out is, if you study the life of Upasni Maharaj, if you study the life of Narayan Maharaj also, if you study the life of Tajuddin Baba, if you study the life of Sai Baba, my God, Baba Jan, they are full of tortures, sufferings, whatnot. Even these words are not enough to express what they have undergone throughout their lives. I was not, thinking about Narayan Maharaj to be of that category, but recently, when I detail, I studied the life of Narayan Maharaj. My God, what a life he has led, and what a life Sai Baba had led. People are offering golden crowns for his statue or for his picture. One who has passed through the whole of his life as a fakir, that person is getting these golden crowns now. See the irony of things. And Sai Baba's life, Sai Baba's mother, they had actually begged for their food. My God, to walk on the spiritual path is not a walking on a petals of roses. It is all just torturous life, very torturous life. That is the life of love. We, as Baba lovers, we came in contact with Mer Baba, and we got God very cheaply. We had not to undergo all those trials in our life. So I can safely say that we have achieved that. We have got that perfect master. We got our master very cheaply. So whenever we think of our life in proportion to what he is doing for us, one would have to look down. Dr. Gandhi used to say that this is, you people have got God very easily, very cheaply. You have to hold on to Him till your last breath. This is the costless diamond I am placing in your hands. Don't lose it even at the cost of your life. Don't lose it. That is very with the bottom of his heart he used to tell us. So I think this is for all for today. And I am keeping that in my mind. For next time, we'll take the subject of Shariarji. Along with that, I just want to connect the subject of Shireen Mai also, because these two subjects are very much this God, this divine game we can understand by the studying of this life of these two personalities. At one side it is Shariarji, and at another side is Shireen Mai. Both are great people in their own field. I would like to discuss about that next time. As sister says that I should take that subject next time. Thank you so much for today. And I think we would take, shall we take Aarti?
Yes.
Which Aarti you would like to prepare?
Meheramana.
Which one?
Meheramana. Arati
Meheramana. Oh, fine. By the way, I am just asking you whether any one of you has practiced this Gujarati Aarti. Bujave nar jalatini.
Yeah, we do. We do.
You people sing that?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
we do.
Yeah. So we love that one. Yeah.
In our arti. I don't, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't sing it by myself.
You see, during Baba's time, we are never used to sing that Aarti. We only sing to another Aarti which was composed by one person by name Sule. Sule. We used to call him Sule Kaka. Kaka is uncle. He was an elderly person. He had composed one Aarti. The Poona Bhajan Mandali used to sing that Aarti. And thereafter, Madhusudan composed Aarti. And thereafter, we kept on sitting that Madhusudan's Aarti. Baba, before Baba, we always used to sing the Aarti composed by Madhusudan every time. And Gujarati Aarti never sung before Baba. Only after Baba adopted his body, then that Gujarati Aarti itself became popular, and then we also started singing. Even Bhau's Aarti was not very popular during Baba's time. जहाँ कल्पना शब्द न पहुँचे ऐसे अपरंपार नेति नेति वेद पुकार महिमा दिव्य सनातन परम दयाघन दिव्य सनातन परम दयाघन हे जगदोद्धारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो धूप दीप चंदन चरकाना भोग लगाना फूल चढ़ाना तुमरा ही तुमको लौटाना काहे बढ़ाई करो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो सकल निधि के तुम कारण हो सकल विश्व तारनहारे हो तुम सम और नहीं तुम ही हो हे सत्य अवतारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरा मन आरती स्वीकारो सकल चराचर तुम्हारी माया माया भी तो तुम्हारी छाया तुम्हारा अंत न कोई पाया तुम अनंत करो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरा मन आरती स्वीकारो सकल चरण जो नहीं जाने महिमा तुम्हारी क्या पहचाने जो कुछ भी कहते अनजाने गुण गाते तुम्हारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो सीमा नाही तुम्हारी कृपा को क्या कोई दे सकता प्रभु तुमको भीख तुम्हें दोगे जगो को नित्य तुम्हें सुमिरो मेरा मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरा मन आरती स्वीकारो दिव्य सनातन परम दयाघन दिव्य सनातन परम दयाघन हे जगदोद्धारो मेरा मन आरती स्वीकारो मेरा मन आरती स्वीकारो
Thank you, Pratap Pratap. It's always
Hello.
wonderful. Yes, I say thank you for a wonderful time. Thank you. Hmm.
Oh, thanks, Baba. Let us thank Baba. I'm. I had taken little liberty in changing the subject, but next time I will keep in mind and pick up that subject, because that has several subtle aspects in the life of Shirin and Sheriyar. I'm personally attracted towards those subtleties which I would like to place before you, all of you, and we'll take up next time. Thank you so much for today, and let us say 3 times Avatar Mere Baba ki jai. Then, if at all nobody has any query, any question, then we may conclude. Say 3 times Mere Baba ki jai.
Patar.
Baba
Yay.
Jai.
Avatar, Mere
Mere
Baba
Baba
ki
ki
jai.
Jai.
Patar.
Mere Baba
Baba ki
ki
jai.
jai.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you so much.
Give Baba.
Jai
Jai Baba.
Hey,
Wonderful.
Baba.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right then. Okay. Whew. What a gift to have Pratap. What a gift to spend this time with him. Wow.
Did you stop recording, Betty?
Now I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Jai Baba.
Oh, there. Okay.